Yeah, I thought I'd show some of the stuff that I crafted while I was up there in Rainsville, Indiana, working in the blacksmith shop. The first thing I made was this, which was my version of this commercial apparatus. Yeah, which is called a lumber gripper. I had a couple of these for quite a while, and I thought that'd be a good little project, and I'll show you what this thing's for. Now, mind you, this up above my my blacksmith area here is actual 2-inch hickory. You can see the difference between that hickory board and that pine board. So the spacing's not quite right, but here's the factory one. It won't fit on the hickory one. Will fit on that one. Let's see if I got a... Yeah, here's a 2x right here. So that's the way that's supposed to work, like that. You can hang things on that. It's quick and easy. And then here's mine. Does the same thing. However, mine is wide enough to fit on this hickory, which is good. I might want to hang something up above here. See if I can get that out of the glare. Like that. Yeah, like that. That's the way that works. So that was kind of nice, being able to make some of those. I took a piece of square stock, chiseled a split in it, put a hook on it. So that's one thing I made. Another thing I made is this drive hook to drive into a board and then stick out from it. This here kind of keep it from slowly angling down. I need to put a couple burrs on this so that it won't pull out very easy. Here's another object that I made. This originally was a shaft out of a lawnmower, and I think there's another one in my bucket down here. To tell you the truth, I could be full of beans. Yes, I'm full of beans. I've got a young neighbor that just moved in not so awful long ago, and he has a Craftsman lawnmower. And one of the shafts on his lawnmower deck was bent. He come over here and I helped him replace it, and he was going to throw that shaft away, and I said, no, you're not. I had an idea that at least part of that shaft had some good steel in it, and it seems that it does. If you look real close here, you can see the threads that were in the bolt. This is the pulley end of the shaft. This end down here is where I cut it off where the blade hooks on. But anyway, I hammered this out into this shape to make a punch out of it. Hammered that out. And after that, I heated it up to critical temperature and then stuck it in some ashes underneath my forge so that it would cool off real slow to anneal it. That was on late on Friday. And then Saturday morning, I got it up again to critical temperature, and I quenched it in water because I didn't have any oil. Oil would probably been a little bit better, but water worked. I quenched it in some oil, which made it very hard and brittle. And then I took some wet-a-dry and polished it up a little bit so I could see the color in it real good. And I heated it very slow on top of the forge and watched the color until it got to a straw brown color, which you can see a little bit right there if you're looking at it like I am. You might not be able to see it in the video. To temper it, and then I give it a try on a piece of metal, and there's no curls on any of those edges where it dulled it getting through. So I punched through a piece of square stock, well, about the size of that hook I made. Well, as a matter of fact, there was a little piece left over from that hook with that punch. So that was something good. Good little test. Making my own tool. And then finally, last off, I made a trivet for my wife. She saw one of these at a blacksmith shop up here at the county fair. Mine may not be quite as pretty as theirs, but it'll work. It has purpose. Of course, I forged out 3 leaves, 3 pieces of rod, made these bands out of a piece of the same rod and wrapped it around there. So those are the projects that I put together this past weekend. I did have like I said, I did have a slight piece of stock left over from that right there that I cut off, that I took my punch and punched a hole in it, and there was a young man that had been hanging around the blacksmith shop the whole time, almost the whole day Saturday, and he saw that piece of punched out metal, and he said, "Wow, that's neat. Can I have that? Can I buy that off of you?" And I said, "No, you can't buy it off of me." I said, "What do you want it for?" He said, "Well, it kind of looks like it'd be a hammer," which that's kind of what the punch is for starting a hammerhead. So I said, "Well, you come back in a little while, I'll make some modifications on it." So it wasn't a hammer-worthy piece of metal, really, but I thought, well, I'll go ahead and make a hammerhead. So I made kind of like a tack hammerhead out of it. I took a drift and drifted out the hole so that he possibly could get a handle stuck in it if he found one. And then he hunted around out there and found an old hammer handle off of somebody and brought it down, and he was just happier than a fat hog in a mud hole when he left. Said that was exactly what he wanted, what I had made him. So, oh, and I did make 6 S-hooks. An old guy come by that said he used S-hooks to hold down his camper taut, and he needed some more and just wanted some simple S-hooks. So I just made some real simple S-hooks, no fancy design to them or anything. And he was perfectly happy with what I'd give him. So that's my blacksmithing weekend. So y'all take care now, and as my new Bluetooth headset tells me every day as I end a ride,
goodbye.